We're here at the 1717 Meeting House in West Barnstable celebrating the renovation of a Paul Revere bell on this special edition of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, June 30th, 2015. I'm Sarah Mannel. Residents and town officials gather to celebrate the renovation of the Paul Revere bell that is housed at the 1717 Meeting House in West Barnstable. The bell was originally crafted in 1806 and will now ring for years to come. The renovation was paid for with community preservation funds as well as a grant from the Cape Cod Antique Dealers Association.
Thank you all for coming in this wonderful event, the return of the Revere Bell. And I want to recognize Tom Lynch, the town manager, for his attendance, members of the town council, who generously were the ones who approved the grant that enabled us to have the bell refurbished. It's been a 5.5 month process at Verdon Company in Ohio, and I hope that you all get a chance to have your picture taken with the bell. Everything doing okay? Okay. One more. You know.
1717 Meeting House trustee Nancy Shoemaker was thrilled to finally see the installation of the bell. How does it feel to see it reaching the day of completion?
We're excited, we're elated, we're so aware of the history that surrounds the building. And as you see behind you, you see kind of a wavery glass. You might see that behind my head. That's glass that we think is from the original 1717 to 1719 Meeting House. That's the 2 years during which it was constructed.
Now, how about the bell? How did this project begin? The bell tell me a little bit about the history here.
Well, the clapper was really worn out. The sides were so smooth it was almost square. And it was just time for being refurbished. The last time the bell was down would be in 1952, and we're not sure what was or wasn't done to the bell. In fact, looking at it and looking at the sides of the bell, it looked like it had not been repaired in a long time. So January 7th, nice cold day, we all climbed up there, and bell was lowered down by Baxter Crane and whisked off to Cincinnati, Ohio to be refurbished with CPC money, which is great.
Yeah, wonderful. And this sort of completes the renovation of this space. This has been such a huge project, and it really is an asset to the community.
It is, and the building is the people's building. It is a building that historically has had schooling, town meetings, forums, debates, and we're not bringing the schooling back, but we're certainly bringing the debates and musical concerts that are open to the public back to the community. And if anyone in the town of Barnstable wants to use this building, they can certainly do so. There is a nominal fee just for the cost of opening it up, but it is our building, the building of the town of Barnstable.
Talk to me a little bit about getting this project to completion.
Well, first, I think, as you said, there's a really positive mood here because the congregation, as well as residents of West Barnstable and throughout the town, really, are getting a chance to see their community preservation Act dollars in action, and it's really for a worthwhile project. So there's a very positive energy around now. But we have these historic buildings in town, and while I'd like to think that we could do it all through our improvements to the mall through our capital improvement plan. In reality, there are a lot of other priorities that are taking place. So when the residents of our town supported the Community Preservation Act, they provided a funding stream for historic projects. And this particular structure, the town has supported a new roof and now the restoration of the Revere Bell, which has come out just great. They've redone the cradle it sits in. I think everyone's waiting for it to go up. That'll be kind of an historic moment. And they just all feel good about their tax dollars at work, and we feel good about enriching and restoring this historic structure.
Yeah, and talk about a historical building. This really is a gem. I mean, we have a very rich history here in our community, and this will continue that.
Well, this is one of the original meeting houses, and it used to be that the town was divided into two, so there were the meetings held here and the meetings held over in Barnstable where the Unitarian Church is now. This structure has survived. There have been a couple of buildings over in Barnstable, but it's a place where the community came together. It's why they don't really think of it as call it actually a church. It was a meeting house because it had many different.
It's a very
purposes.
exciting moment. Tell me a little bit about this project.
Well, this was an important project from the restoration point of view, where it involves a bell made by Paul Revere. So this is really in the wheelhouse of historic preservation for the Community Preservation Committee.
And what does it mean to those who really have worked so hard to keep the 1717 Meeting House going?
Well, it's truly a landmark, and these types of structures are rare. So it's very important to maintain it, to restore it even to the point where people can enjoy it for really what it was. And it's a throwback to a time that's long gone, and it's very important in that regard. So younger folks coming up can see what life was like in years gone by. They used to have town meeting here. So this was once a seat of government back in the day. So it's
a very exciting day, and this is right here in your precinct, correct?
That's correct, and this is a seriously historic event where we're actually making today, and I think we're all thrilled that this has finally come to fruition. It's been months. I believe a year ago, January, I read the resolve for the release deed, so the state would release the $275,000 so that we could fix the roof, replace the yoke on the bell, and this structure will have a halon gas fire retardant system placed in it, as there is no water that runs in this building.
Wow, so make sure extra precautions there for that historic structure. Are you surprised to see so many people out here today to celebrate the installation of the bell?
Well, actually, I'm really not, because I attended worship services here for the first 15 years that I lived in West Barnstable, and I've been here 27 years now. So I know how much pride that parishioners take in this structure, as well as the 1717 Meeting House Foundation and all the people that live in the village of West Barnstable. For us, this is our landmark. This is probably, well, arguably, the most historically significant structure on the Cape, and we're proud of it.